Welcome everybody. I'm back. Well, yeah, I'm back from a long weekend. I had a bit of tests and studies to do, so I didn't basically do what ifs for a while. And also on top of that, took a small break on top of that, so I can just rest my head. And now I'm back, getting back into the groove of making what ifs again. Now, I didn't leave. I'm not gonna leave. I will not leave. So if you thought I left my channel or abandoned my channel with saying nothing, you're wrong. I didn't abandon my channel. I just took a very long break. So yeah, I didn't put an update video yet because I didn't feel like it. Cat is here laying on the bed next to me, so yeah. Also got my cup of tea next to me, and I'm ready to go. Take a sip quickly. Okay. Now, yes, this is not the normal what ifs that you were expecting. Well, number one, to get back into the groove of what ifs, I'm gonna need to start a new what if. This what if, very basic this what if, it's a unique what if. See, you can see my tongue is not right. It's a unique what if, and this what if will be about Gaijin Impact. Yes, it will be about Gaijin Impact. This is Gaijin Impact X Naruto, and yeah. So I might be. What else do I need to say before? Oh yeah, before I go, or before I start the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, also hit that bell notification if you like my videos and if you like my channel in general. Subscribe. Here's the reason why. Because number one, if you like this content and you think the content that I'm making is awesome, then you can also just subscribe to get more of my content and for YouTube to notify you when I post more of my videos and also update videos in the future. Now, yeah, why hit the notification bell? So you can be notified, obviously, and like. Why must you like? Well, simple. So my videos can make it on the YouTube algorithm and more people can see these videos, and if they like them, then more people can subscribe. My goal is to reach 1K subscribers, so yeah, we're pretty close to that. We just need like, what, another 400 subscribers? 400-ish? Yeah, 400-ish. But that can only happen if you guys put in the effort to just like, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. And if you want, share this video to your friends. If you want. So yeah, let's continue now. No, let's start now. How is... Let's start now. It's been quite a while since I made a what if, so I'm gonna be a bit rusty. Or I'm just gonna take off with the best what if that I ever made so far. Who knows? But yeah, let's continue. So, number one. First things we're gonna need to get off. This is gonna be a mix of Gaijin Impact. If you haven't played the game Gaijin Impact, go search it up, go play the game, go download the game, whatever. But you have to have at least some knowledge of Gaijin Impact. Now, power scheme. How is Gaijin Impact's power or abilities and random abilities and lore gonna get into Naruto? Well, Naruto was not the first race to be on that planet. Let's say that the planet of Naruto was used to be the planet of Gaijin Impact. And also, a reminder for who is new on my channel so far, if you haven't watched my other videos, I all time like to remind people that this is not scripted. So I don't have a paper with me reading this off of a paper. I'm doing this off the top of my head. That means I'm improvising while making a video. Yeah. So, continuing on. For this to work, we need basically the world of Gaijin Impact to be extinct, and then the world of Naruto shall come. So that's how it's only gonna work. about the, I guess, the troll. I don't know what their monsters' names are. They will no longer exist since the extinct or the destruction of Gaijin Impact. So, yeah, everyone that had visions all dead except for one person, except for one. You're gonna have to discover who he is soon enough. Yeah, so basically, the world of Naruto is basically in the future of the world of Gaijin Impact. Finish. That's all you need to know. And Chakra is a new ability that's been added to Gaijin Impact because a new god was appeared. A new god was appeared. Kaguya, if you don't know the story, then I don't know why you're listening to a what if about Naruto if you don't know Naruto itself. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna begin now. So, to start this what if off, we need to start this what if off, we need to start with the Gaijin Impact universe, or the Gaijin Impact planet in general. It has been destroyed, and everyone is slowly dying. After the events that took place in Gaijin Impact, the end is here, and everyone is dying. Fire is everywhere. Destruction and destroyed buildings are everywhere. And seemingly gods start appearing to destroy everything. Until something strange happens in the end. A massive monster, believed to be a tree, starts appearing from nowhere. It grows and grows and grows, sucking the land dry and consuming its people, one by one. The fuel of war shifts and changes to the threat that is about to make this entire planet extinct. Our character that we follow, obviously in Gaijin Impact, if you either chose the girl or the boy, it's one of them. I don't know their names, but yeah. As we see our hero face off against this tree thing. Unlike with the rest of his team or friends, but fail very badly as their visions and everything else gets consumed. The last survivor being him himself. As we see two people appear, white skin, with Sharingan, with Rene Sharingan eyes. Sorry about that. As they are watching the death of this planet, as they smile. But the lady is not smiling, as she does something that the man unexpectedly didn't expect from them or from her. She takes a fruit from the tree that finally bloomed, and when they were going to return, she ate it, as she gained a tremendous amount of power, as she started facing off against her partner, and sent him far away. The world is destroyed. There is no more life. No more heroes. No more people with visions. We don't know what visions are. It's the abilities they use in Gaijin Impact. It's basically that crystal emblem thing. There's no more of them. Barely any survivors. Except for one boy that had one vision. The vision of Anima. Or the vision of Win, to be more specific. The character that you play as he witnessed death, destruction, and pain, as she sees this woman defeat this tree in under a few minutes, like it was nothing. As this shock and turn of events brought him to hiding, as he went into hiding somewhere somewhere deep within the forest, and he never came out. Now skip back to the future a few hundred years. Kaguya was defeated obviously by by their sons and yada yada. Same thing happens in the world of Naruto if you know the history of Naruto. The Senju and the Jinchuriki were born. Senju and those people captured the Jinchuriki. The basically war of Konoha. Konoha is born. All that jazz still happens. Now let's cut back to a time where we're most familiar as the Nine-Tails attack. As the Nine-Tails is rampaging with a masked man fighting the fourth Hokage. As we see a very old man. This old man having long, I dare say, yellow hair that reached to nearly the waist of his body, and a long yellow beard. As a sword appears in his left hand, as he states, "Namikaze, you can stand down now. I will face this fate. Go help your village." As Minato was about to ask who he is, as he states, "There's no time for this, Minato. Go help your village." As you can still hear the Jinchuriki rampaging in the background. As it tears through buildings as the third Hokage is trying to push the Nine-Tails back and out of the village. As he stares at this masked man, this seemingly unknown person. As he looks back at Minato and says, "I will deal with him. Go." As Madara, this person calls himself, obviously we know it's not Madara, he states, "So, you really think you can defeat me, old man? I've been through enough wars and seen enough things to defeat you. You are no match for me." As Madara states, "We'll see about that." As the fight starts, as I would state, these two both dash at each other, as Madara moves his chain hands to try to grab his face. As he moves his sword to try to stab into Madara and seemingly go through him. Interesting. As once he went through, he immediately turned around and swung back, which his sword went right through again and then jumped back. You're quite skilled. That in your eye of yours. As Madara states, "I have more tricks up my sleeve." As I would state that the chain would lift up as Madara goes on for another attack. As he would be dodging left, right, as Madara, the Madara that we think it is Madara, tries to give him a kunai to the neck. Obviously, this failing from a blast of wind that came from his left hand. Bam! Madara gets blasted away. "How did you? You didn't even... I don't need ninjutsu to use my power." As a field of wind, basically a field of wind, breezes around him and then goes away immediately. As he moves his one hand to the side of him, as a ball of wind starts condensing. Madara thinking that he knows the Rasengan as well? Question mark? But no. As he moves his hand towards Madara, as he shoots this ball of wind tyrant towards Madara. As he fires this ball of wind tyrant, as it starts chasing Madara. Madara starts running around trying to dodge this ball of wind that seemingly is quicker than him. As he runs towards his opponent, as he uses his Kamui for this ball of wind just to go past him, as it's heading to this mystery old man. This old man lifts his sword in the air, puts it to the side, and lifts his left hand up. As the ground of earth with weird coloring comes up, as it blocks the wind tyrant, as it explodes in a bunch of wind attacks that spreads everywhere. But it doesn't. But it also hits the wall, so it doesn't hurt the old man at all. As Madara had to active basic maneuvers to dodge this wind tyrant. As at the moment Madara's going on empty, because he's using a whole lot of chakra. And this guy is slowly learning Madara's Kamui ability. He suspects that there is a 10-second period where he cannot use it, or at least a few seconds that he cannot use his Kamui. But he suspects also that if he wants to touch something, he needs to not use it at all. So yeah, as we cut past these two fight and head to Minato's fight with the Kurima, still happening as the same, basically teleporting the tail beast bomb behind the leaf village, then teleporting Kurima himself, teleporting out of basically the village and to a far side, teleporting back to his wife, all doing that stuff at the same time. As Naruto is born, obviously, still born on the same time and date, but also, oddly enough, another girl is born at the same time Naruto is. This girl is a Hyuga, before the Nine-Tails attack, a few minutes before the Nine-Tails attack. The Hyugas were preparing for a new heiress and a new child to come into the Hyuga clan, or the new heiress. Hinata Hyuga she would be named, as her father already decided. As they prepare for the birth of this child, she is born. At the same time when she is born, a few minutes after the Kyuubi attack, as they had to immediately basically pack up everything and prepare for assault on the Nine-Tails that is rampaging through the village at the moment. As yes, this was a pretty odd night. Two babies born at the same time. And at the same time the Nine-Tails gets released. Yes, both of them will be one interesting pair, I have to say. Continuing on. Minato's fight obviously goes as in canon. Hinata obviously as a child with Hinata as a child. If I do remember correctly, Hinata's mother died. I don't know how, it either died from the birth of Hinata, but yeah, let's say when Hinata was born, Hinata's mother died. Obviously her sister's still going to be born, but it's not going to be... yeah. Or maybe no, I got something else to do with Hinata. Never mind. Hinata's mother is still alive. Got something else to do with that. Continuing on. The Nine-Tails stack obviously goes as in canon, but this time Madara was not defeated by Minato. He was defeated by an unknown person with yellow hair, and a sword, and with weird clothing. He didn't need to use ninjutsu to defeat Madara. He didn't need to use enhancements or any of that jazz. He just needed to use the skills he had. And he was very skilled. He made a literal massive tornado in Madara's fight. At the same time, he also, while Madara was using his explosive tags, it seemed to be that the tornado gained the element of fire from the explosive tag. And it just made Madara's life a bit more harder, because the attacks weren't hitting him, and was only hitting him, but didn't even seem to phase the opponent he was fighting. And also, the opponent he was fighting seemed to have a whole lot of stamina, not even getting tired at his swings. He looked bored, as that pissed off him, as Madara had to retreat as the jutsu that was placed on the Kurima faded. As he growled, as obviously Minato was gonna seal the Nine-Tails into Naruto, he did. but also thinking of using the Reaper Death Seal to take half of the Ninetales. As we see before Minato could use the Reaper Death Seal, this yet unknown person appears again. Minato. Or should I call you Namikaze? You don't need to use that. Place the whole Ninetales into your child. As Minato stated, wait, what? He won't be able to handle the power of the full Ninetales. It's impossible. Fine then. Use the Reaper Death. As he thinks for a little bit, use the Reaper Death Seal. But I will have to edit it. I will have to edit the basically the pack that you are about to make with the Reaper Death Seal and where you want the other half to be sent. So, as Minato does, everything still goes in canon, the claw, but before the Ninetales chakra could be taken and placed into Minato, a little orb was placed in the front of Minato's chest. As the Ninetales gets absorbed into this orb, as it seemingly breaks out of existence. This will be interesting. As Minato's soul gets sucked up by the Reaper Death Seal, by the Reaper Death God obviously, and everything still goes in canon. But this time with an extra person there to basically watch what is happening. As I would state, this man would watch the occurrence that happens, as Minato would ask this man to protect if he could protect his son. As this old man places his very, very old hands on Naruto's forehead, as he sees a red string appear all over Naruto, as the red string continues on all the way to the Leaf Village. As he states, I will protect Naruto, but he would have to learn everything on his own until he finds me. And if he does find me, and if fate has something to do with this, then I will help him. I will train him to be one of the most powerful and deadliest people in the world. Him and his partner. As I would state that this man would speak a few words as a small light would appear on his forehead, Naruto's forehead, as the marking tattoo of a star, of two stars, basically appear on his forehead. As this old man states, I have to go now. I cannot be here for long. But I am sad that you cannot raise your child. As he would nod to Minato, as Minato would slowly die by their child, as this man would walk away. As he would look back at the family, stating, Naruto, you and your partner will one day meet me, but until then, be strong. As he would walk into the forest and seemingly disappear. As at the same time, in another area, the evacuation site where all the bunker site of all the Leaf Village. Most of the Leaf Village people were in the bunker, so were weak mothers and even babies and children. As we see Hinata being basically tended to by a mother and some medic ninja checking if she is alright from moving after just giving birth. As a tattoo would slowly appear on Hinata's forehead. It would be more out of the way, but the tattoo would still be there. As two stars would appear on Hinata's forehead. As no one would notice this until a few minutes ago. The only person that would notice is her mother, but she wouldn't say anything or wouldn't have the strength to say anything. Now, Everyone thinks that this is just a birthmark. Quite unusual birthmark. But let's continue on with the story. Time skip. Time skip to when Hinata is getting bullied. Hinata is getting bullied by a bunch of stupid children, I have to say, calling her names and things and even making fun of her eyes. This boy stating that they think that she puts herself all high and mighty just because she is a Hyuga. As I would state that Naruto would still come to the rescue as always in canon. Obviously both of them still having the birthmark of the star. On Naruto it would be his left and Hinata would be his right. As Naruto would basically fight these boys, get beaten up, as he would get helped by Hinata. Hinata basically admiring this boy's bravery and drive just to do good and even help a person that he doesn't even know, or that he doesn't even know. As Naruto would state, no problem, I'm just trying to do what a good person would do. Naruto still gets treated in canon, gets beaten up by the villagers, gets served bad food and overpriced the food. And also on top of that, and I say on top of that, no one really likes him. And their parents try to avoid their children from playing with Naruto at all times. Because Naruto is still known as the Kyuubi in original canon, so in this still original, Naruto is still the Kyuubi. But oddly enough, Naruto has some odd things about him. Superhuman regeneration, thanks to the Nine Tails. Superhuman strength, thanks for the Mystery Man. Speed, reflexes, and the knowledge of weapons. Yes, the knowledge of weapons and how to use them. Whether it be a polearm, a spear, a basically bow, they know how to use it, oddly enough, and they are quite skilled at it. Fighting fist to fist, Naruto has some skill in, and could be even a prodigy if he was trained. Hinata is known to be a prodigy, but because of her nice heart and soft, gentle demeanor, she was, let's say, she was basically never loved in the Hyuga, because the Hyugas have one thing. They don't, the main branch really treat the second branch or the side branch of the family, their family, bad, and they put slave seals, technically slave tattoos, on their heads to reprimand loyalty and to keep them in line. Also, once someone of the side branch has been killed, their Byakugan will seal permanently, as it will be erased from basically ever existing. So yeah, and Hinata is part of the main branch, but because she is so light-hearted and basically soft and gentle, yeah, her father, some of the elders, and Neji Hyuga, which is known as a prodigy in the Hyugas in general, even though he comes from the side branch, basically treat her harshly, as, yeah, she doesn't have quite a good relationship with her family that much, and she has very low self-esteem, and she can barely defend herself, even though she's quite skilled at hand-to-hand combat and even weapons. But she doesn't want to hurt anyone, so that's another thing. Continuing on. As I would say that Naruto would help or Hinata would help Naruto up, stating that he was very brave and also courageous for helping a person that he doesn't even know. Naruto stating, obviously giving his catchphrases, as all time Naruto. We all know him. As I would state that when Hinata offered Naruto a hand and Naruto grabbed it, a very, very light shock, or should I say, a very, very light, I guess, electric shot through Naruto's hand straight to Naruto and back to and basically straight through Naruto to Hinata back to Naruto again, signifying something they don't know. As yes, I would state that Hinata would help Naruto up, as Naruto would ask Hinata if Hinata could be Naruto's friend, because Naruto really has no friends in the entire village. The only friend he has is Old Man Gigi. If you don't know who that is, Old Man Hokage, or Third Hokage Hiruzen. As, yeah, when Hinata stated yes, as Naruto thanked Hinata, not realizing that Hinata has quite a blush on her face when Naruto really doesn't understand why she's glowing red for a minute, because he's dense. No, Hinata's god appears from out of nowhere. Hinata, Hinata, there you are. You shouldn't go wandering off like that. As the god would see Naruto. As the god would give a glare to Naruto, as Naruto would know what that glare means. As he would put his head down in shame and sadness. As the god would state, Hinata, you shouldn't associate yourself with people like him. Let's go. As the god would grab Hinata's hand and drag her, basically pull her back to the Hyuga clan. As Hinata would give a wave to Naruto, as Naruto would give a wave back, Naruto being let down and sad. Everything continues as in canon until Naruto was in the forest, as he is busy training. He wants to get stronger so everyone can see him as who he is and not for what they think he is, so everyone can acknowledge him and respect him. As Naruto was busy training, he hears something. He hears a man running away, someone running through the village, as this person has a bag on their waist. Naruto, with these very, very high and very unusually high senses, smell, hearing, and also even seeing, picked up on who was in the bag. It was Hinata, the girl that he saved long, long ago, his friend, being carried by an unknown ninja, as this ninja was running on the forest floor and not on the trees. As Naruto would think of something, what should he do? Hinata was being kidnapped. He needed to do something. As Naruto picked up a rock and thought on what he should do with it, Naruto threw, as instead of aiming for the ninja himself, he aimed for the ninja's legs. As I would state, reasons why. The ninja was so much in distress he didn't pick up a rock or an object flying towards him. He knew the Hyugas were on his tail ass, and if they caught up to him, he would be literally in a hell of pain. Or even better, dead. But, yeah, it was to his surprise when he got hit by a rock to his feet that knocked him off balance and sent him tumbling and rolling to the floor. Naruto, in instinct, reacted, opened the bag and untied Hinata. Hinata is awake, saying, Naruto, what's going? As Naruto told Hinata to shh and run. as as Naruto grabs Hinata's hand and just starts running through the forest. As the ninja stated, "Ah, you little, hey, get back!" The ninja starts chasing after Naruto and Hinata. Naruto and Hinata, on the run from this ninja, keeps on running, straight towards a mountainous area, as they think they can lose this ninja somewhere here. This ninja is faster than them. They could only escape by getting through small cracks in the walls and even small pits which they can squeeze through, and not the ninja. The ninja had to take the long way, and the long way he took. As Naruto and Hinata get out of this mountainous area, which is quite small for some reason, he keeps on running until they both fall. Naruto going first, falling into this big and massive pit that goes all the way down, as Hinata goes in second because Hinata was holding on to Naruto. As they both scream, "Ah!" Bam! They both land on the floor, as Naruto took most of the impact for Hinata because Hinata landed on Naruto. No bones were broken, but a lot of injuries, as Naruto, in so much pain, passed out. As Hinata, in shock and even terror, basically calls out to Naruto, "Naruto, Naruto, Naruto," as didn't answer, just went to sleep. As Hinata was trying to wake up Naruto until someone came by. So, what do I have here? As this old man gives a smile. This man was much older now, very older. He had a very longer beard and longer hair that seemed to be turning white, representing his age. You could say he was nearly somewhat 100, or even more, or even older. But you can definitely say this: he was older than the Kyuubi himself. This man you see in front of you has been through wars. He's seen Kaguya herself, and he has even stated that he might have fought her, but barely survived. He has seen things that no other ninja ever heard of, and he remembers the birth and the destruction of kingdoms and legends. He also personally knew Hashirama, but he's not going to obviously say that now. But anyway, continuing on. As Hinata, obviously in shock and fear, stood up and mustered up the most bravery that she has mustered in a while, and stood up for her blonde savior and her blonde crush, stating that, "Who are you and what do you want? Are you the person that took us?" As the old man stated, "No, I'm not here to hurt you. I only heard somebody fall into humble my humble home, and wanted to see who that might be." As he states the following: "I do not want to hurt you, Hinata Hyuga. I only want to help." As before Hinata would ask a question, this man would walk past her and stand behind her, as we see the ninja that was chasing them for a few minutes ago land into this pit. "I found you two. You think you can escape from me?" As this man would see this old man. "Hey, you, get out of my way before someone gets hurt." As this old man gives a laugh. "Get hurt? You really think I'm gonna get hurt now?" As a sword would appear out of nowhere, and it would appear in this man's hand. This man stating, "Well, you better give it your best shot, because let's see which of us is gonna get hurt. As this old man being obviously angered by this old man's idiot, I don't even know idiocy is a word, or basically being an idiot, he charges at this man with a kunai in hand, as this man would parry this guy's first strike with ease, bam, and tosses him to the side. This old man stating, I have fought more powerful warriors than you, that would be known as gods. You think I am scared of you. As this man, being annoyed and not knowing what he's talking about, continues sending flurries of attacks, even jumping back to send an attack. Water style. Water wave, as he would shoot a gust of water. As this man would do a move that he didn't even expect. No hand signs, no seals, no chakra. All this man stated was wind. Wind tornado, as he would spin around as a tornado would form out of nowhere. This tornado would keep on spinning even if he stopped, as this tornado would be strong enough to basically split the water from even hitting them at all. The tornado would also be pushing forward and also gaining the sub-element of water, as this tornado with water mixed with it would be hitting to this man. As this man obviously dodges out of the way, but still gets a bit soaked from the tornado. As this man's hand would glow purple, as he states, "Sorry, but your time is up." As he would put his sword in his other hand with the electricity going through it, as he would behead this person. This fight would be so far. This fight would obviously took far away from Hinata, as he would go back to the two, wiping the blood off of his blade, and also keeping the body out of the sight of Hinata and Naruto. Going back to the two and offering a hand. Don't worry, I will help you. Just let me. As Hinata would take this old man's hand that she only met now. As this man would walk, basically with Hinata. Hinata asking what does this man want with her and even her friend, and how do they get back home. As this man would state, there is no way out of this hole. The walls are chakra resistant, and there's no way you can get up using chakra. As Hinata, knowing obviously tree walking and water walking, thought that she would need to know that to get out, or this man would take her basically out. As this man would also state that he's too old to even carry the both of them all the way to the Leaf Village. He's too old to do most of the things that he used to do in his youth. But if they want to go home, they would need to train to get home. It's the only way for them to get out of this deep, deep hole. And I can tell you, this hole is deep. It's incredible that light can still come down here. But yeah, as this man would continue walking through the forest all the way to his home, there would be already 2 bedrooms set, both in Hinata and Naruto's perfect image. Basically like this old man was expecting them. As this man would state, if you want to get out, you need to learn how to get out. The walls impossible to climb, and also anti-chakra, which is this is the only place where basically no chakra can be used, especially the walls. No chakra can be used to get out. As Hinata asks, how do you get out? I used to get out with my certain skills, but now I am too old to perform them. This is my grave. I am stuck here. I am unable to get out, and you two will know, and you two can't carry me. My lifespan is also coming to a close. So, it would be useless if you take me out now. Sorry about that. As this man states, but I can train you in the ways that how I got out, and even teach you abilities that would make some ninjas question what they really thought was real. These abilities are very powerful, but you have to be willing to accept them. Your fate is intertwined with mine. I only lived this long to teach you these abilities. As Hinata asked, how did you know we were coming? Stuttering. Obviously Hinata still stutters, so she's still stuttering while asking these questions. As this man states, I don't know. I just look to the stars, and they tell me. As Hinata is confused on that last part, but doesn't question it. As a few days go past. Obviously Hinata didn't start her training, and Hinata was wondering why this man wasn't teaching her, because she was the only one awake, how to get out. As the man states, he needs to train both of them at the same time. Otherwise, Hinata will not be able to get out. It's the requirement. As, yeah, Hinata's still confused at this old man. He gives riddles and rhymes that she cannot solve. And even if she thinks of it the entire time, she still doesn't understand them. He talks about intertwined fate and the journeys that heroes have gone through. And that this is why that they are going to be the next heroes. That's why their fate has led them here. As she thought that she saw this man sounds like Neji, believing in fate, and that destiny decides what you do with your life. This man stating, no, the journey that you have chosen has brought you here. The path that you have made is the one that you chose, and it's the one that you are making. You two came here, and I knew you would come here. So, now I will train the both of you when he eventually wakes up. Naruto wakes up. It just took him a day. As Naruto asks questions, Hinata would answer them, obviously, but stuttering, obviously, and still blushing. It's obviously her crush and all. As Naruto would be ecstatic, seeing this old man is willing to teach them something that not even ninjas know, as this man states. This Hinata would still be, obviously, how can I say it, very hostile towards this old man. She knows nothing about him. And she's also curious on what this man is going to teach them. This man states, follow me, as he would walk and walk a few long ways until they get to a water area puddle. I guess it's a lake, and in the middle of the lake is an island and a statue. As this man would walk in the water, it would not be more than an ankle foot deep, as he would walk in this water and come out on the other side on the island, as Hinata and Naruto would do it the same. He would state, put your hand on the statue, both of you, and you will find out, and we will find out if your journey here was meant to be, as they do as they instructed. Nothing happened for a few minutes. Naruto obviously getting tired of this stating, and what is supposed to happen, and before Naruto could finish his words, a bright light appeared, as a glass type necklace appeared on Hinata's left, the one with the star, I think it was left side, that had a symbol, an odd symbol. As Naruto, you can think of this as a marble, but that is been ingrained with I guess what you call it, a badge of sorts. That would be Naruto's. As Naruto, let me just give you a image of the visions. Hold up, give me a minute. See that small circle thing, that the image that I'm showing you now? That is a vision. Now, the visions usually hold abilities. As Naruto and Hinata got one, but the vision was blank. As the old man states, good. The one that Hinata got is basically on a hip that is to the left of her. As Naruto got it on the right of his hip, and they are both attached to their clothes. As the man would take something off of his shirt, being the same vision but blue, light blue, as he would put it out on his hand. And I know this is not possible in Gaijin Impact, but this is a what if. So, who gives a shiz? Because this is a what if, and I am doing the what if. So I decide how this is gonna work. As the man would state, touch the vision that is inside my hand. As they both would do so, as another bright light would appear, as finally their visions would start glowing, as the old man's vision would disappear. As the old man says, good, as he would start coughing blood. As Hinata and Naruto would be quite scared. As Naruto would say, hey old man, are you okay there? As he would state, I'm fine, Naruto. It's just I have lived past my life, and now it's time for me to go. But before I go, I will help you and show you how these work. Both of your visions have weapons from within inside them, and there is more than just one weapon in them, but you are going to have to discover how to get them. So, also, you also gain abilities that are separate from chakra, but it still uses the power of the vision to use them. Remember that. Now, I will teach you how to use one of these powers to get out. Don't worry about me. My time is long overdue. As this man would groggily and very weakly now walk over to a certain location. As this man at the same time sets his house on fire. As Naruto and Hinata be like, wait, what are you doing that for? As the old man states, follow me. Leave my house. Don't worry about it. As Naruto and Hinata would follow this more older man that he looks. This man looks more older than he used to. He has now complete white hair, as he looks very, very old and very, very pale. As Naruto and Hinata would stand on a platform, as this man would state, focus on your vision, and think of the wind. Think of the wind. How powerful is the wind? Think of it as it blows on your skin. Use your imagination. And when you feel that moment, when you feel it, release your hands out to the ground. As they both do the same. Both of them thinking of the wind and what it can do, how strong it is, and how it feels. As they both feel a click. As they both release their hands out on the ground and yell, "Ah!" As a massive gust of wind starts appearing around them, spinning around and around and around. As Naruto and Hinata are foisted up by this gust of wind, so far up that they basically don't know where they're going. As they both say, "Whoa, are we flying? Whoa!" As, yes, they are sort of flying. As this gust of wind takes them all the way up to the point where they fell. As they both land on the basically cliffside of where they fell. As Naruto stands up and looks down, seeing the old man. The old man starts decaying faster, stating, "Goodbye, you two, and I hope I did something good." As this man slowly decays in front of Naruto and Hinata's eyes, as he turns into bones and after bones to dust. As that was a sight to behold, a creepy sight to behold. The man is now gone, and the house that he had is burning. So is the forest around him. As they thank the man and give a slight quiet walk all the way back to the village, while the man's body, or the area of where the man was, is burning to shreds, basically mourning this old man's death. Also wondering why this man gave them this, but they still couldn't get past the riddles that he was basically saying. So they basically left it at the back of their minds. As Hinata and Naruto got back into the village, the guards weren't there. As they walked back into the village, as Hinata would state, "Thank you, Naruto, and I'm gonna go back now." Also being while stuttering at the same time, as Naruto is like, "Yeah, see you later." And also, as Hinata states, "Keep this between ourselves," while stuttering. As Naruto's like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't think no one will actually believe us anyway if we try to tell anyone." As Hinata would also agree with that logic. No one would agree with them if they even tried to state that an old man gave them this basically vision thing that has certain powers that doesn't involve ninjutsu or chakra. No one will believe them. And even if someone believes them, they would need proof, and Naruto and Hinata doesn't think that they can do it again. So yeah. Anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. If you like and subscribe, and also don't forget to comment down below what you think of this what if. It's going to get better in the future, and maybe how I do what ifs might get better in the future. I don't know. So yeah, until next time, guys, or until the next what if, guys, I'll see you later. Peace!